Over the years, I've reviewed over 40 different pairs of skateboarding shoes, but I've never given them a rating. I'm gonna go back through all of the shoes that I reviewed and watch the videos to jog my memory about them, and then I will decide between 1 and 10 how good this shoe is. This video is gonna go through everything from Nikes to old D3s to Vans to Adidas to Etnies. The first shoe is the Bruin Hyperfield. The Bruin Hyperfield is actually like a pretty good shoe, so I would actually give this shoe a rating of an 8. Next shoe. I actually remember skating these. These were like okay, and I know a lot of people like skating them, but I actually didn't really like skating them. I'm gonna give these shoes a 5. That's right, a 5. Why? They're made out of canvas because they break down super quick. Next video. Damn, these shoes were $100. That's a lot of money for some shoes. The DS3ST.001s, those are like pretty good, but they still do feel like one of those shoes that's like kind of like a sock and doesn't really like feel like a very solid skate shoe. Because of that, I'm gonna give the Adidas 3ST.001 a 5.5. Next video, the Venice Stray. It was all canvas. I got a canvas one and it wasn't really durable, and honestly, it just wasn't that great. I'm giving Stray's Venice a 3 because it felt like it was really flimsy and it didn't protect my feet, and it was just soggy, and I didn't like it. Next shoe, the Jocelyn. This is Jocelyn's first shoe on Etnies, I think. The Etnies Jocelyn is a shoe that feels really good, but at the same time is like pretty bulky. But at the same time, it got sody. I'm giving the Jocelyn a 7.5. Moving on. The Vans TNT. They skated pretty good, but at the same time, I was not super happy with them, just because they felt really thin, and they didn't feel like they added to my skating at all. They just felt like they were shoes that I could skate in, and they worked fine. If I had to rate the Vans TNTs... Oh, I remember I shot them with a shotgun at the end of this, didn't I? 8? It's funny. Alright, the Vans TNTs get a 6.5. Next shoe! The Converse 1-star. Okay, typically Converse makes some really good shoes. Converse is pretty much Nike, so they have the money to put into their shoes. And I remember these were actually pretty good. I give the Converse 1-star a 5.5. But only because it's a little bit better than average. But only a little bit. Next shoe! Vans Chima Pro 2. Even though I did rip some of the laces on the Chima Pro 2, it was a pretty good skate shoe. I'm going to give the Chima Pro 2 a 6. Alright, next shoe. Oh, the City Cup. This shoe was good.
This is the review of the Adidas City Cup.
I got the ones that are in that like fake leather, so because I got that, they like got ripped up really fast and I blew them out really quick, and the insole on them was also not good. If I'm judging off like how they performed, we're gonna give the cup a 6. Now let's see where I rate the Louis Lopez. These were a really good shoe, but the one thing that did really suck about them is that the impact protection was terrible. I put 2 insoles in these shoes so I could be able to skate down stuff. I'm giving the Louis Lopez a 7. Next is Tony Hawk's LAKAI Proto shoe. LAKAI's Proto wasn't a shoe that was just built for like skating vert or training like that. Even though it's Tony Hawk's shoe, I didn't put any insoles in these shoes. I'm going to give the Tony Hawk LAKAI Proto a 8 out of 10. Solid 8. I want to see what I did for the shoe drop.
Catch this.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to come up in the mountains close to the gods so I could give Tony back his shoe. Shoe drop.
Oh. Yo, I'm funny, dog. That's hilarious. Next shoe. Oh, the Suchu 2. It was a thick enough shoe that it felt like you got that solid girth, while at the same time being slim enough where you can still wear them out and be like, yeah, these are my Adidas still, you know, I still look fresh in my Adidas. The Suchu 2 is a shoe that gets 8.5, almost a 9. Next is DC's Vestray RX by Alexis. This is like the perfect middle-of-the-road good skate shoe. It's a shoe that you could skate while at the same time, you know, just wear kicking with your homies or whatever. So, honestly, I'm giving these like 7. This is the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG LA to Chicago. Because we are rating these off their performance, as well as their look and such. The look is the only reason why these shoes get any higher up, because the look is why I like them. These shoes get a, literally just like a 5 for skating. If you're just gonna wear them, like, they like 9s, bro, because they fresh. But for skating, they're like a 5. Next is the Fallen Patriot. This is a very traditional skate shoe. It's like sort of bulky, but at the same time pretty slim and built for skating. I'm giving this shoe a 6.8. I think Fallen has made some newer shoes that I'm gonna review soon that will probably be better than this one. So, new review soon. Make sure to subscribe. Have you seen Graph? Have you seen Graph? You see that graph? Need to do something about that graph. It's very off. Next shoe. The next shoe is the Polar Nike SB Trainer. This is like, they took an old shoe from like the 80s, 90s and made it into a revamped skateboarding shoe. And really they just put like the SB insole in it and made it look the same as those old crazy looking shoes. So for a shoe that they made look super techie looking, they threw that little insole in there and it didn't do anything. Sure, no heel bruise, but at the same time, it's just a trash insole. It didn't help me at all. I'm going to give these shoes a 4. I'm giving them a 4. Next is the custom design Nike SB Jordan 1 Low. They felt the same as the Jordan Highs, just a lot less sturdy because there's no high top. The impact protection on them also sucked, and I busted through the stitches really fast. The main thing about these shoes is that they're cool. They're a cool shoe that's like a unique design. They got the little Air Jordan guy doing the dunk. With that being said, I give these shoes a 5. They're worth it if you just want to wear them because you like having those like cool shoes and being that guy. But I don't know, to me, I'm cool just wearing my shirts. Next is the Adidas 3ST.004. I was kind of worried about these shoes when I started skating them because I felt like that foam outsole was going to help me with impact protection. But at the same time, I felt like it was going to throw off my heel flip tricks like a lot. But all in all, I did like skating these shoes, and I'm going to give these shoes a 7. They gave me a lot of confidence when I was skating them, and they look really cool. Next up is the Osiris D3. Look at this. You see that shoe? Y'all wanted me to review this shoe. Y'all ridiculous. These shoes as skate shoes for skating, if you get used to these and skate these, you're going to skate them forever. You're not going to need to get another shoe. So, for that reason alone, these shoes get a 8.5. Really high, because these are a skateboarder's skating shoe, and if you can get used to it and you like them, you're going to keep them forever, and that alone just makes them skyrocket up the chart. Next is the review on the Vans AVE Pro. This shoe was actually really good. Usually I don't even like Vans, but this was a shoe that I remember when I was skating, I was like, this is actually way better than I thought it was going to be, because anytime I skate Vans, I'm not going to be surprised if they ain't great. I'm giving these a 6.5. Next is the Footprint Mark 1 DGS Elite. Footprint is still like a pretty new skate shoe company, but this shoe is actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. They did look cool and they skated like any skate shoe, so I'm gonna give these shoes a 6, but they're not the best they could be. So I'm looking forward to more Footprint shoe reviews in the future. Let me know what shoes you want me to review down below. Comment below. Leave a comment telling me how your day was. I don't know. Send this to somebody. Send the channel to somebody. Next is the $30 DCs. I don't even know what the actual name of the shoe is called. These DCs were pretty good. And the fact that they were $30 made them that much better. So, I'm going to give them a 6. Next is the Adidas Tyshawn. This is the shoe that won SOTY for 2019. So you already know this is going to be a good shoe. This is a shoe that felt really solid, really comfortable, and they look super dope. I was hyped on how these look. They were sick. Honestly, if I could have some of these to just like kick it in, I would wear them all the time because they were sick. So, these shoes, these are the highest so far. Tyshawn's is 9.5. Next up is the Burrow Pro by Vans. The Burrow Pro, the Ave Pro, and the Chima Pro 2 are pretty much the same damn shoe. It's the same shoe. The only thing that differentiates them is how durable they are, colorways, and the way that they're stitched. So with that in mind, and how they skated, I'm going to give them a 5. Up next is the Jamie Foy 306 by Numeric Balance. New Balance. You know what I'm talking about. Damn, look at that front crook down all tore. Oh. Big Boy 4's basic looking but very clean looking New Balance shoe is one that I think was actually really good. It had a lot of cool features that made it a little bit different while at the same time still being a real skate shoe that you could like, you know, get down and dirty and skate whatever you want with. So I'm going to give it a 6.5. Next up is the Adidas Diego. Now, I did realize after making this that that's not the Adidas Diego, but it is the same shoe basically. This shoe was one that I was really excited to skate because I thought they looked cool and different, and at the same time being like pretty minimalistic looking, which I always really like. But they did rip really fast and they felt super flimsy rather quick, which is not really typical of an Adidas shoe to do. Usually Adidas are pretty solid. I'm giving these shoes a 4, simply because they were supposed to be suede and durable, but they weren't, and they started to rip really quick, and also they felt not super great on my feet. Yo, up next is a really good shoe. This is a shoe that won some awards recently. This is the Nike SB Shane. You can see the animations got better as they go. Like, it has nothing to do with skating. I just like to make them. It's a shoe that I felt really comfortable in. I felt like I was able to flick everything super good. I was like, yo, I'm Shane O'Neal, boy, look out. Here I go flipping nollie flips all fast and stuff. Shane's shoe had a really good flick on it. It looked super dope, and I mean, yeah, honestly, it's basically a Janowski, but a little bit different. So it did have a little bit of a different look while at the same time having like a really classic silhouette. I'm going to give Shane's shoe a 8. And this title sequence is the DC Kalis. Now, SE, the DC Kalis SE. This cupsole shoe with a Gucci kind of Christmas colorway was one that I really liked skating actually. This very classic, very good looking skate shoe is going to get a 6.5 because it was above average and it skated really well. Next up is the custom Nike Blazer Mid. Now when I got these, I didn't realize that they were not the SB version. I saw that you were able to customize them. That's what I wanted to do. When I did that, it made it not the SB version. So if you want to get these shoes, 1, they look super dope. They're one of the coolest looking shoes that I've skated. And 2, they're a very classic skate shoe. And make sure you get in suede because this fake leather stuff that I got broke down really fast and it kind of bummed me out because I wanted to keep them kind of fresh looking. But of course I was skating them, so they got pretty messed up. Because I got this version of the shoe and I haven't gotten the SB version yet, I'm going to give it a 6.8. Next up is the Jocelyn 2 by Etnies. The main thing that made me like these a lot more is that the tire tread is like the entire bottom of the shoe. That strap helped a lot, but I did rip a lot of the laces. Like, it sucked. I just kept ripping them. But then again, these did win my SOTY for 2020. So, with that being said, I'm giving these a 9. Next up is the Rowan Pro. Now, a lot of you guys really like the Rowan Pro, and you guys let me know when you voted on SOTY for this year. To be honest, I didn't really see why. They were like every skate shoe that Vans has made. Again, the overall silhouette of this shoe is pretty much reminiscent of the same silhouettes of the Ave Pro and all the other Vans shoes that I've skated in the past. This shoe was really durable and I did enjoy skating them, so I'm going to go ahead and give these a 7. Next up is the Nyjah 2. This shoe looked really cool, it was kind of expensive, but it also felt really good, and a lot like the Nyjah 1, but the upper was the thing that made it a lot different. Overall, this is definitely somebody that can afford a nicer shoe to skate in, and it pays off because they skated really well, and of course, it's Nyjah's shoe, so it's going to be good. With that being said, I'm giving it a 9. Up next is the Kyle Walker Pro 2. Regardless, the Kyle Walker 1 was really good. This shoe was like a step back. I feel like this one was not that good. So, the Kyle Walker Pro 2 for me on my scale gets a 4. Yeah, a 4. It's below average for me. It's trash. I hated it. Up next is the New Balance 1010 Tiago shoe. This shoe was incredible, and it also helped me hold my switchback tails really good. Felt amazing. Obviously, that was like a green screen thing. It was pretty fun to do. All the technology and features thrown into this one shoe should give it like kind of a higher score in my opinion. So, I'm giving it an 8.5. Next is the Cons Chuck Taylors. The Cons Chuck Taylors was the worst shoe that I've skated ever for me. I hated it. So, I'm giving these shoes a 2. Next up is the Adidas Liberty Cup. This is literally like one of the best shoes simply because you could get it for a low price while at the same time, it's really good for skating. The cup sole's super fat and feels really good. You're able to flick your heel flips real nice. So, I'm going to give these shoes an 8.5. It's up there. It's real good. Next up is the Adidas Lucas PUIG. They do not handle impact well at all, but at the same time, it's a kind of a techie shoe. It's not really like a hucking type of shoe. I give these shoes an 8. Solid 8. Simply because they're really durable and at the same time, really fun to skate in. And they look different. They look cool. I like them. I'm doubling down right now. Title sequence is getting better! And one of the most classic of classic-y classic shoes, the Vans Half Cab Pro. Y'all was tripping like, I can't believe you said it's ugly, Christian. Yeah, they're ugly. They're some ugly ass shoes, okay? They got super fat at the top, super skinny on the bottom. They look a lot better on than they do just sitting there. This shoe was actually really good to skate in. I had a good time skating them. They felt really good. The only thing I didn't like about them is that impact wasn't super great. I give these classic shoes a 7. This is one of my favorite title sequences that I did, and it's the Adidas Superstar. The Adidas Superstar is a really cool looking shoe that honestly I wish I could have just kept and not skated in, but I had to try them and tell you guys how I felt about them. So, these shoes were kind of awkward, but at the same time, they were pretty good for skating. But I did rip the hell out of my laces on these, like really fast. Like the laces ripped like in the first couple of sessions, which sucks. I hate ripping my laces. Don't worry, I'm trying to figure out how to get the best like non-ripping laces so I can make them available for you guys. And that way I don't rip my laces as well, because it's annoying as hell. I hate it. The only thing that I think is saving these shoes on the scale is that they look cool. Other than that, I don't think that they're that particularly great to skate in. So I'm giving these Adidas right here a 4. Next up is the Bruin SB React. This is a shoe that looked really cool. I love the Olympic colorway. I had a good time skating these shoes, and the materials they're made out of was really good. And I don't know, go watch the full review if you want to hear about the shoe. For me, the Nike SB Bruin React is going to get a 7. Next up is the shoe that I did a review on last week, the Nike SB Stefan Janowski. This is a really classic skate shoe that looks good, it feels good, and if you get the all suede ones, especially the ones that I got with all the extra stitches on it, it feels like they're super durable. So, all that being said, for being a skateboarding shoe, these shoes get an 8.5. But now that we're done with that graph, look at this graph. Do you see that? Chances are you're probably one of the percentages that is not subscribed. So, please make sure you do so, because I'm going to be giving you a lot more videos, content, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. So, leave a comment, let me know what shoes you want to review next. Check out any of these reviews, because there's a ton of them. Okay, I love you. Goodbye. This is a really nice table. You believe me? Because it is a really nice table. This is definitely not tile that I put on a plastic table. This is a nice table.